Hello everyone. On today's episode of how to absolutely run your business into the ground and destroy all your credibility, we're talking about forward defense and a customer who tried to buy magazines. This involves blackmail, fraud claims, and a whole lot of in between, as well as some very interesting rants and an eventual retraction and an apology. So I'm going to show you the evidence, we're going to talk about what happened, and then I'm going to show you some funny memes. Oh, thank you to everyone that supports the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I think something like 65% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you are not, double check, make sure you were not unsubscribed. YouTube has been doing that to me a lot lately, and a lot of people have been catching on. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Before we get going, though, I really do want to say a quick thank you to the sponsor of this channel, Route 66 Shooting Sport Park. They are an awesome range down in San Bernardino, California. They have massive plans to increase their facility with an extra 80 acres that they have not developed on yet. So if you want to be a part of the upcoming range that's going to be all the rave in the state of California, check them out. Thank you, Route 66 Shooting Sport Park, for supporting me and supporting the fellow folks in California down in San Bernardino. So what I'm reading here is the first email thread that we get from the customer that was posted on Reddit. It was the r/CA Guns, and it basically, the first email says, hey, I'd like to cancel this order. They respond and say, unfortunately, we cannot. It was a special order and it can't be restocked. We can hold it or ship it, your choice. So basically, industry standard was all of these companies were saying, hey, if you want your refund, you can get your refund. If you want to cancel your order, you can cancel your order. If you would like us to hold on to it, and then in the event there's a brief period of time where you can get MAGS, they would hold on to it. Basically, every single company gave the option of a refund. This customer was not given that option from this company. And the follow-up email says, it appears that although we have made it clear that this order cannot be canceled per our terms of service, you decided to dispute the charge. You now have 72 hours to contact us before we turn over your name, address, IP address, and contact info to the California Department of Justice. I'm sure they would love to hear about your high-capacity mags. Let's note here that California Department of Justice is bolded. I strongly suggest that you immediately contact your card company and drop this dispute, and then immediately call us to handle this professionals before things get challenging for you, ... You have 72 hours before we turn over your info regarding high cap mags, and then they leave their phone number. Customer then says, you can give them my information and report it. I'll also show them that I've canceled all orders for my high cap mags that was ordered when the ruling was made that high cap mags were unconstitutional due to the stay still being in place. You were the only vendor who gave me the option to hold it or ship it for me, which would be illegal to do so under California law. When I chose to cancel it, you gave me the option of ship it or hold it. I'll also go ahead and screenshot this for my records. Thank you. Forward Defense says, sounds good. Best wishes with this. Respectfully. How do you say respectfully when you leave an email chain like that? To sum up what the guy ordered was he ordered some KCI Glock mags, some KCI extended Glock mags, and some Lancer mags for a grand subtotal of $188. Dealer cost on this at most was $122, and I'm being very generous on this. So this was a $120 loss that Forward Defense Firearms Training was unwilling to eat. So let's just keep that in mind when we look at the context of this. Then we see the Reddit post. The response by Forward Defense says, Forward Defense here, whoever you are, fraud and theft are serious crimes and we will not be taken advantage of by scammers. We went out of our way to let you special order something, and our terms of service clearly specify there are no refunds or returns on special orders. They then link that. You knew this full and well. In violation of our terms of service, now you want to come back and cancel the order, dispute the payment, and defraud us? Next, you are spreading libel on the internet to cover your mistake and fraud. Life and our industry doesn't work that way. People remember. Oh yeah, people definitely do remember. Now it looks like you're whining on the internet. Seems about right. You and I had every means to fix this, delay delivery, or even substitute for other options. You refused. At this point, they ask, is this even your real phone number? And ask, is this even your real name? Both of which they gave their name and their phone number out. So they doxed this person publicly. They claimed that the phone number was disconnected, which we don't know the truth of, because ultimately, I'm going to take the side of the customer because this guy sounds like he's a lying sack of shit. Who orders magazines from California with a fake or disconnected number? The fact that you went out of your way to share a confidential email makes it pretty clear how you want to act, and it just adds to the list of things you are doing wrong to defraud us. He only shared that email because he was threatened with blackmail of being turned into the DOJ, but that's interesting that we're going to pretend like he's the bad guy here. Available anytime to get this fixed, but we will not be scammed or defrauded, especially by Californians who we went out of our way to let order during special circumstances, and we fully intend to report these fraudulent activities to the California Department of Justice, and if you do not make this right, to play ball to fix this. So that's the second, maybe third time that he's threatened to call the DOJ. Remove your dispute of charge, and only then we can talk about substitutes or what you want to do with this special order, in caps, stuff that we got for you as literally a favor. Joke's on us for going out of our way. Dude, you spent $120. Just eat the $120. It's a damn shame when pro-Second Amendment companies like us go out of our way to help customers in your jurisdiction only to have you act like this. Call us and let's fix this like professionals. We are waiting. Yeah, pro-Second Amendment companies don't threaten to rat someone out for magazines, but maybe my idea of what pro-Second Amendment means in terms of a business is different. What do I know? What do I know? So then he posts a rant on Instagram, I believe this was sourced from. A viewer was actually able to get a hold of this for me and send it off to me. So this was a screen cap, which I believe is now no longer visible.
All gun laws are an infringement, but that doesn't mean you can openly commit fraud against us. Ladies and gentlemen, you've probably seen a salacious post about us on Reddit claiming that we've outed somebody for their high-capacity magazines in California, and that couldn't be further from the truth. What we are doing is pursuing a fraud allegation against the customer, and it just so happened to involve some things that maybe this customer didn't want getting out into the world, or specifically to the authorities, if you know what I mean. So with that being said, they decided to go full.
This guy's got a voice that sounds like he likes the smell of his own farts. Like, this guy could not be more full of himself right now.
Monty, and post some gibberish on Reddit about this with half the story. Customer didn't say anything about the countless times we tried to call them or their disconnected phone number that they have that we couldn't reach them on. And after weeks of trying, we had to send an email because this was just getting out of hand. So the customer decided to go full Monty, and, we do believe all gun laws are an infringement, and I know people are real weird about talking about high-capacity magazine sales in California or what you guys can or can't do. We've always supported everybody with their ability to...
How do you have the audacity to say every gun law is an infringement in the context of making multiple threats to report someone to the Department of Justice for breaking a infringement? What? That's just absolutely ridiculous.
Get those things, especially during the Benitez Freedom Week last year. We helped tons of customers with that. But we draw the line at fraud, and we're not going to take too kindly to that.
Yeah, fraud sucks. However, in this case, the only person that I know of that did not give the option for a full refund on magazines is you. And the only person that I know that is threatening to turn someone into the Department of Justice is you. So things got a little weird, and basically what happened was Reddit on r/CA Guns absolutely memed this guy into oblivion. I'm just going to share some of them here because I think they're absolutely hilarious. Don't blackmail people, or draw 25. Forward Defense. Let's go ahead and do it. Send it. Marked safe from Forward Defense and California Department of Justice today. Excellent, excellent. Blackmail isn't a sustainable business model, but that's none of my business. This is a classic meme format. Who would win? One marketer extorting paying customers, or r/Cal Guns? Well, I think r/CA Guns is going to win in this situation. Forward Defense 48 hours ago, rolling in $120 and making a good business. Today, please sir, anything helps. Claim to be a 2A company, or threats to DOJ to investigate unlawful mag bans. Forward Defense. Oh my god, yeah, I'm so hung up on that, how you can in one sentence say we are pro-Second Amendment and every gun law is an infringement, and then in the next sentence threaten to send somebody to the DOJ. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, bro, we're a 2A company, threatens to turn you into the California Department of Justice. Yeah, sounds about right. Was it wrong to blackmail a customer? No, it's the gun owners who are wrong. So then, after a tirade of memes on Instagram, on Reddit, just in general, people blowing them up, they finally issue an apology. And here's what I'm reading that was on a Reddit post that they claim was also sent to the customer, which I do have a screenshot of. On behalf of Forward Defense and the way the situation was handled, I want to sincerely apologize. This is not the right way to approach this. You don't say. We screwed up in the way that this was handled. When we saw the customer's phone was disconnected while attempting to fix this order, we immediately suspected fraud, which is why we mentioned the DOJ. We no longer believe that's the case. I don't know, buddy. You said it like 3 times that you thought it was fraud and that you wanted to send them to the DOJ, but sure, yeah, you were definitely joking. While we may never be able to repair the way this was handled, we certainly want to try. Your card company will issue your refund, no restocking fees. We will totally eat this mistake. We'd like to send you out a Mantis X shooting device also, which is a $250 training device. If you provide us with an FFL, we will also send you 1,000 rounds of 9mm ammo to your FFL and will cover any transfer fees. Again, we apologize for this and look forward to finding ways that we can make this up to the customer any way we can do so. They said this was also sent to the customer. So right here is the situation. This was a post that I can't actually show you anymore because their Instagram has been made private. I was told that this was actually deleted, but this is part of a previous apology that says the way that email was sent was inappropriate, and while we are unaware of any way to actually report a customer to the DOJ for something, we would never rep a customer for anything under false pretenses. It is clear now that this was not a fraud, but again, I can't read the rest of it. But basically, the situation in summary. Customer buys mags when we thought it might be legal. So instead of being offered a refund, company says, no, you can either have store credit or we can hold on to them for you. Customer is unable to get a refund, so he files a chargeback. Forward Defense threatens to send them to the DOJ, at which point the entire internet absolutely loses it and jumps on them. Forward Defense then issues an apology after going on a series of rants on social media and on Reddit, claiming that they were going to in fact send them to the DOJ. Eventually they apologize, and here we are. All in all, this is just something that I wasn't initially going to talk about because it's kind of just, it's not that important to the world, but so many people were asking me to, and ultimately at this point, the situation is resolved and done. So I felt like, you know what, we'll cover it. In general, this is just absolutely not how you want to run a business, and I would not recommend them in the future. So yeah. I personally will not be shopping with Forward Defense. I, in the future, will not be recommending people to them. Not like I ever really was anyway, because I hadn't heard of them before. So, yeah, y'all know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.